Everyone, welcome to Leaf Rants. The Leafs win 2-1 in overtime against the Anaheim Ducks in their 15th overtime this season, which is highest in the league, actually. That's probably not good. But 2 points is 2 points, and we got the 2 points. And we were very goalied tonight. Leafs win tonight. They won last night. I didn't make a video last night. Fell asleep. Yep. And then it was like in the morning, and I was like, well, I could make it. Or I could just wait till tonight. There's going to be another one. So I decided to just take it off. This is my first video of the new year. My first video of the new year. And the Leafs are undefeated. And they've only let in one goal this year. One goal this year. They've scored 5. Austin Matthews gets 30. It's funny. Okay. So on the announcers, they're like, Austin Matthews has 29 goals this season. I was like, that's a funny way to say 30. And then I guess who scores and gets the overtime winner. Spoiler alert. So let's kind of break down the game a little bit. So pretty boring first period. Leafs outplayed Anaheim and were pounding them into the ground. And is his name Dostal? I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. Ooh, I don't know how to say it. And then Anaheim's goalie, that's what I'm going to say because I don't know how to say his name, okay. He was just like, nope, never mind. The Leafs should have won 17-0 tonight. They had like 56 shots, something stupid like that. It only took them 50 shots to actually score. My God. Anaheim was being pounded into the ground by the Leafs. Literally, like actually. Second period, Bobby McMahon gets kicked out of the game for... Okay. Check. Could have gave it a penalty. You don't kick him out of the game for that. I don't think it was intentional at all to injure him. I don't think that's Bobby McMahon's master plan here, is to injure somebody. But also, I don't know. I'm not Bobby McMahon, am I? Nick Robertson was scratched going into this game, and Ilya Samsonov is in the minors. Jones gets back-to-back starts, so they don't have to start Hildeby. But also, like, it worked out. But if it didn't and something happens to Jones, he's an older veteran goalie playing in back-to-back games and back-to-back days. Bit dangerous. But he's played, like, really friggin' well. Like, who saw this coming? Who saw Martin Jones stealing Ilya Samsonov's spot and then Ilya Samsonov losing his spot to Dennis Hildeby? Hildeby probably should have got the start in this game, right? But it worked out for the Leafs, so it doesn't really matter that much. But, like, come on. The Hildebeest, that should be the title of this video, right? The Hildebeest. Of course it should be. But it's goalied. Because the Leafs got goalied, even though they won. They got goalied. Anaheim, they scored the first goal. And they had, like, a couple chances. But nothing really, like, too dangerous. Martin Jones had to make a couple good stops. Simone Benoit has been a huge addition for the Leafs, and I love this guy. Like, I genuinely love this guy. Also, Robertson scratched for Holmberg tonight. That was big, big news. Big news. Also, Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. Kind of forgot to point that out, eh? I'm going to keep talking about crap. I thought the Leafs played a very physical game. It's good to see that for the longest time, the Leafs weren't this big physical team. I think they're ready for playoff hockey. I think they need a couple more adjustments, you know. I don't get taking Robertson out. Especially after a shutout. I don't get taking Robertson out. But I do understand getting Holmberg in. Is Holmberg your fourth line center? Well, no. It's David Kampf. Is he your third line center? Well, probably not. Is he a winger? Well, he doesn't really have much experience there at NHL level. I guess he was like a right winger before, right? So is he the fourth line right winger you're looking for? And then are you kicking out Bobby McMahon out of that spot? I don't know. Is he a prospect? Well, he's 25, so I don't really know. I think he can be a third line center. And I like Max Domi. And Max Domi has to be a center because he didn't work at the wing, but also when he was on the wing, what was it? Friggin' Nyes, Camp, Domi, and that was like the dumbest decision of all time. Also, what a damn game for Matthew Nyes. Oh my God, was he good. Like, actually, I'm not just saying that. Matthew Nyes, oh, what a game. Austin Matthews, what a game. Mitch Marner, what a game. Nylander, what a game. Tavares, this team's amazing, man. Like, actually, I love Calle Yarncroke so much. He's such a good player. You can use him anywhere in your lineup. First line beside Matthews Marner, hell yeah. But that's Matthew Nyes' spot. Second line beside Tavares and Nylander, yeah, probably. Like I haven't really seen him work that with Tavares and Nylander. Don't really see that too much because I mean they're with Bertuzzi. But at the beginning of the season, when Tyler Bertuzzi was absolute dog crap and a different person, yeah, Calle Yarncroke, I'd love him sitting there. Your third line, yeah, he's shown he's worked there. And Sheldon Keefe plays him on the fourth line all the time with Kampf and Gregor. I don't really know what changes you make other than goaltending and maybe get an extra defenseman. Like, okay, I love Mark Giordano. Love Gio. Found his replacement. He's 40 years old. He's not playing another season in the NHL. This is it. This is the last year for Mark Giordano. Great contract. Still hell of a player at 40. Simone Benoit's an RFA. Also, William Nylander, he's expected to be signed like this week. Let's see how that turns out, right? But actually, hell of a game from the Leafs. I thought they played really well. Austin Matthews, so many shots. That's the best player in the NHL. This Austin Matthews is the best player in the NHL. Oh, Connor McDavid, no. I don't care. I get it. He puts up a bunch of points. He's a really good offensive player. Connor McDavid, he's probably the best offensive player in the league. Austin Matthews is the best player in the league. He's defensively responsible. He's a 60-goal scorer. He can make some good plays. He's got the moves. He can make himself disappear, which is really underrated in his game. Like, I don't know if you've noticed. You're like, how do you leave Austin Matthews open? It's not just like Ovi when you leave him open in his single spot, which has not worked out for him this year. Ooh. But it's not like Ovi where you just kind of leave him there. It's like Matthews skates away and he'll disappear and he'll come back into the play when you just kind of like forget where he is because he wasn't there 2 seconds ago. He's worked on his skating, and I don't know what he did to it, but it's a lot better now. This guy is so good. I love him. I love him. I love him. I love this team. God. Tavares gets the goal that ties it up on like the 50th shot. It only took them 50 shots to score. The Leafs haven't been shut out in like forever. And I was like, oh, frig. Of course. It's Anaheim's like third stringer. He's coming in. Of course he's going to have a hell of a game. Maybe he's the backup. I don't know. I don't know Anaheim's goaltending situation, okay? I think he's his third stringer, if I'm not mistaken. But it was so funny This should have been a good game for Hildeby. Like, this should have been his game, right? I've talked about that already, but it'll never stop being true. And then overtime starts, and Matthews and Marner start out there. I like them being reunited. I think every season we have this discussion where they start off slow together, and you're like, get Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner away from each other. Split them up. They're garbage. And then you put Matthews with Nylander and Tavares with Marner, and it works out fine. And it works out good, and everything's going well. And then they'll have one bad game with Tavares and Marner, and Matthews and Nylander, and Sheldon Keefe will switch it back. And everyone goes, what the hell? They worked out. They had one bad game. Look at the beginning of the season and how many bad games they had. And they always work out. Man, Morgan Riley's a different breed since the playoffs. He found a way to keep that up. TJ Brody's struggling a little bit, but I still think he's pretty good. Like, he's good. Yeah, you keep him. That's a good D pairing. Riley Brody, perfect. Benoit McCabe. Like, they'd rather keep Benoit. They'd rather put McCabe on his offside to keep in Benoit than scratch Benoit. And, like, Legisson's a good defenseman. Like, Legisson's the perfect 7th defenseman. Mark Giordano's also probably a 7th defenseman now. And I hate to say that because I love him. And Liljegren, confident Liljegren looks so good. Like, that's Timothy Liljegren. That's Liljegren. That's the guy you need. You need him. And looked friggin' perfect tonight. Didn't have one complaint with any player. I like Holmberg. Suck it up and accept that Nick Robertson is going to pop like 30 goals on another team. He's going to. It's going to happen. He's going to get 20 or 30 goals on another team. Just admit it already and move on from him. Move on, please. He doesn't fit in the top 6, not because he's not good enough, but because he can't. He's not defensively responsible. He's an offensive player, and you can't play him with Tavares and Nylander. You can't play him with Matthews and Marner. You're going to put another sniper beside Austin Matthews? No. No, you're not. You're not doing that. You're keeping Matthew Nyes there. Because he works well there. Because that's the perfect line. And yes, you're keeping Tyler Bertuzzi there. And Robertson isn't clicking on the third line with Domi and Aaron Croak. So you got to look at all options here. You got to lay everything on the table. You have to say, okay, what do we need? And we need a goalie. We need a defenseman. That's like all we need, right? What else do we need? Thank you very much for watching this video. I know I went a little bit off topic, but the Leafs won. It's the new year. And I haven't made a video this year. So it's my rant. AKA Leaf Rants. But thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please click like. If you really liked it, then clicking subscribe would be so awesome. Thank you very much. And the Leafs got goalied, and they won. What more can you do?